Sometime about 200 years ago, somebody, I don't know their name, I wish I did, on this same property where I now live, in 2024, somebody built a house out of chestnut tree logs, a log cabin with a big beautiful fireplace. Who knows how many acres they owned at the time. I don't know what they did. I don't know why they built a house the way they built it. It's a 2-story log cabin with a full attic. Big house for the time. But I know something about this person because I'm finishing this 6x6 pressure treated that I bought at a store. They would have had to cut it down and square it by hand. I've done a little of that, so I know what that takes. It takes a lot. Somebody took a lot of care to build a log cabin that they thought would last a while. And I know they thought that because of the care they took with the cabin that they built. They probably worked in a shop, probably not this nice, in the winter, in the cold, probably with no heat. They heated their house with wood they cut and split on their own property. And so is it silly that I'm finishing a 6x6 with a card scraper that I'm going to put outside? Yeah, maybe. But I feel some kind of kinship. I've never really thought of it before tonight. I feel some kinship with that person who built that house that I now live in. The house was built sometime between 1740 and 1810. Likely when that house was built, King George was still in charge of the country. Kind of crazy, right? And here I am, at least 110 years later, maybe as 210 years later, maybe as much as 280 years later, working in a wood shop, using power tools, but I finished a lot of stuff by hand. It's just a really interesting thing to contemplate. I didn't set out and make a video tonight, but I thought I'd share that thought. It's an interesting thing to think that you have continuity with somebody who made the place that you live in between 200 and 300 years ago. Now, if I lived in Europe, that might not be as outrageous a thought. But in North America, it's quite a long time ago, in terms of European Americans, which I am, of this style of construction, these kinds of things and thoughts. I've gotten kind of good with the cabinet scraper. Take that, flatten it back out, push that burr over at about 15 degrees. Pretty much do that by hand. It's cut pretty good. I think there's a little continuity there with bench that's over here. This thing was liable to be built about the same time. I have no idea how old that bench is. I bought it from a guy in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. He had bought it from somebody in South Central Pennsylvania, but that's as far as I know. I don't know who he bought it from or anything about it beyond, you know, he bought it to resell it, which he did. He made some money on it. He did a little work on it. He replaced a couple of pieces of wood. And I've done a little bit on it myself. Crazy to think that my house and my workbench were built about the same time. Roughly, anyway. Don't know for sure. Anyhow, just some musings from the wood shop. It's 4th of January 2024. I'm here just with a piece of sheet metal finishing a piece of wood. Spend my days working for a large defense contractor making satellite tower systems. Come home and dress up in coveralls and very beat up sweatshirt. Made in Russia, interestingly enough. And working in my wood shop, where it's a little bit chilly tonight. And I'm warm because I'm working hard, so I'm staying warm. It's quiet here. It's really neat. It's an amazing place. Anyhow, just a little bit of musings I just thought I'd share. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.